So much is going on in the world. Let's just try to show each other a little more love. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's a lot going on.
So, a lot is happening on the planet. We should simply attempt to show each other somewhat more love. And I truly intend that, in all sincerity, it's a ton happening on the planet I'm as of now over here espoused dear. And it's excessively and ain't no one around here taking husbands, are they? Know you all the battlefront has been set between Porsha Williams and Nene breaks on the grounds that Porsha just emerged to blame Nene for attempting to take her man Simon Gadia in the event that you all Miss the Nene as of late emerged to blame Porsha for being a phony companion attempting to come for her sack and spreading counterfeit tales to make things hard for any. Well, Porsha is currently persuaded that this is all essential for Nene's grandmother's intent to get Simon connect with him and get some cash while ensuring that Porsche is good and gone chalet. These two are presenting a few genuine housewives dramatizations, so you all better bounce on this show since we're going to get into a muddled, nasty squabble. Simon had a birthday. We were all in Miami together. We hung out for the entire end of the week to observe Simon's birthday. We as a whole chosen one end of the week to go to Vegas to see Usher. We as a whole went to Vegas to see Usher couples. I was in Dubai, Porsha and Simon. We're in Dubai. We as a whole hung out. Yanni and I have gone to Simon and Porsha's home to need to hang out, party, drink. One thing about the genuine housewives of Atlanta, they know how to present some drama and they know how to serve it up genuine great. I mean, the cameras don't for even a moment must be moving for the dramatization to be out in full impact, and that is precisely exact things happening. On the off chance that you all have been under a stone or something, Porsha Williams and Annie Spills have been going this way and that via virtual entertainment. Everything began when Nene emerged to call Porsha a deceiver and blamed Porsha for selling out her. Then Porsha blamed Nene for being phony companion, and well, things just went crazy from that point. Porsha has been in the media briefly now because of her chaotic circumstance with her better half, well, prospective ex Simon Gubia. Porsha and Simon have just been hitched for barely a year yet. They are, as of now, on the way to getting a separation. Now I realize that relationships in Hollywood be going on for 5 work days, yet Porsha is somewhat legitimate in attempting to separate from Simon since child. The things that he has been blamed Ed for are crazy. And from the vibes of it, Porsha could have been gotten unsuspecting, much as we were. I mean, it was just 7 days before he got uncovered that she was around here boasting about how she was getting back to the genuine housewives of Atlanta, and she utilized her wedded name, Porsha Gubia, who said that Porsha Williams returning to genuine housewives of Atlanta. That is misleading, yet Porsha Gu is in the structure. See you all. Well, the following thing we realized Simon was getting uncovered again for being a misrepresentation, a liar, and a trickster. Individuals didn't actually feel all that sorry for Porsha due to how she and Simon got together. See, Simon has a background marked by betraying both of his exes, and his second wife, Fulfan, was truly Porsha's companion. Gracious, and I could go on and on about Simon's disclosures about how his dad or granddad, I don't know which one yet, one of them had 25 wives. And I would try and prefer not to envision the number of children he that had no doubt about it. Simon didn't believe that him duping wasn't that enormous of an arrangement for the individuals who presumably don't recollect how Simon and Porsha turned into a thing they initially met. While Simon was as yet hitched to her companion, Phelan first joined the show in 2020 as a companion of Porsha, and as per reports at the time, Phelan is referred to around Atlanta as a socialite, and her better half, Simon Gadia, is paid like Bentleys and personal luxury planes paid. Concerning how she squeezes into the gathering great right presently, she's companions with Porsha and Shay. The other women appear to like her, and she could go with the young ladies on their impending outing to the Carolinas. At the time, Phelan guaranteed that Simon was the person who put squeeze on her to join the show, despite the fact that she would have rather not sort of makes me keep thinking about whether he was eager for a portion of that Hollywood popularity, since he was at that point rich, so it could never have been about the cash. Now you all realize that poor Zali that great life excessively much, and fans began to get dubious. When he and Porsha began getting increasingly close, it reached a place where they began to hang out alone together, without Fallon, yet they rejected that anything was happening between Then Porsha even guaranteed that she was all the while nursing a wrecked heart from her ex Dennis and how he betrayed her. Well, the following thing we realized Simon sought legal separation from Phelan, and after a month, Porsha declared that she and Simon were a thing and had even gotten drawn and composed. Our relationship started a month prior. Yes, we are insane in adoration. I know it's quick, yet we are carrying on with life every day to its fullest. For every one of you that need realities, I get the optics. Yet Simon petitioned for legal separation from a past marriage in January. I didn't have anything to do with their separation. Recording that is among them. Phelan and I are not companions, and Simon separation has been settled. Our relationship is a good, cherishing step forward in everyone's resides. This was Susis, and she got hauled for taking care of business stealer. Phelan even blamed her for taking her man, saying in a meeting, "Do I feel like I confided in her enough? Certain definitely I didn't think she was the kind of lady who might come in and plot on a lady's better half. By no means I didn't get that by any stretch of the imagination from her around then. Fans were anticipating seeing that show work out on the show, yet Porsha reported that she was leaving the show anyway. She rejected that she was taking off a result of the conditions encompassing her relationship with Simon. She said, "I wasn't taking off, and I don't consider any of my devotees who really realize me would accept that I would take off from the show for that. I've managed a ton of cruel things on the show," Williams reviews to individuals, "and I've been there toward the start of each and every season to film with the camera. Once so this didn't have anything to do with that." She likewise said, "I had previously concluded that it was the ideal opportunity for me to step away no less than a half year before I let any of the leaders know I going to do. And sometime before I even met my now husband," she says, "I was turning 40. I was hitting my 10-year point on the show, and I simply needed to reconsider where I was and what I needed thoroughly out of my life. So that is where that choice came from in the wake of leaving the show." She proceeded to wed Simon. They were carrying on with a decent life until Simon got uncovered for lying and defrauding his direction into the U.S., and Porsche got embarrassed incidentally. He had lied his direction into extremely durable residency in the U.S., and that, as well as he had committed a few demonstrations of extortion, character distortion, thus numerous things that I'm not in any event going to get into. To Porsche got joked in light of the fact that might you at any point even envision on that it is so humiliating to take your companion's man just for the man being referred to get uncovered as a cheat and a mere. Well, it didn't take long for separate from tales spread, and Porsche owned up to it when she posted, "Thank you for your requests and your help, Porsha Williams," in the event that Porsha felt that Simon planned to grieve the finish of their marriage. While she was in for a stunner on the grounds that in addition to the fact that Simon was not miserable, he didn't sit around idle. Continuing on after she left, and he as of now has another boo thing on his arms that he has been parading via web-based entertainment. And the thing is, he's not posting his new purchase since he adores her. He's doing it to get under Portia's skin and upset her. He even stuck a remark from a fan who said, "I won't lie, she's far more lovely than Porsche. Simon, you are a chaotic Gemini, haha. You know how to hit somebody where it harms." Assuming that I were Porsha, I would be annoyed for genuine Lassimo. And is untidy AF. Yet hello, like they say, you lose them how you get them. And Porsche sat by and watched Simon do exactly the same thing to Phelan when they began dating, like B once got out. Whatever circumvents returns around, and Porsha is realizing this the most difficult way possible. Assuming you're thinking about how this binds with N, well, you all sit down on the grounds that Porsha accepts that N is chummy with Simon, and she has cut Nene off due to that for some setting Nen's man non Celio, and Simon are companions. Thus Porsha accepts that there is a little something happening among Nene and Simon. We learned about the hamburger among Nene and Porsha 2 or 3 days prior when Nene went live on Instagram to uncover that Porsha had betrayed her, and she was feeling sold out now. On the off chance that you have watched The Genuine Housewives of Atlanta, you know that Porsha and Nene have had their issues now and again. During the show they have had meat battled and hurled abuses, yet Hayes settled their issues. As a matter of fact, Nene asserted that they were dealing with building a fellowship, and she and Nene had fabricated a kinship with Porsha and Simon after they had both left the show, and she asserted that they frequently hung out and continued 2 full dates as couples. She accepted that things had been perfect between them for some time, which is the reason Portia's disloyalty came as a shock to her. As per Nene, she had been reserved to show up on an episode of the Netflix X show The Upshaws, and she was eager to do it, particularly after she figured out that Porsche had additionally been reserved to show up on a similar episode as her, so they would movie together. However, at that point when the day of the shoot came, Porsha didn't appear on set and Nin was mistaken exclusively for her group to tell her that Porsha had contacted the maker of The Upshaws to let them know that she wouldn't do the show any longer since she would have rather not worked with Nene, saying that she and Nene had meet here goes so recently. I was told by my administration organization that the Netflix prearranged series called The Upshaws were intrigued and projecting me for a section. They let me know that Porsha William Gubia was additionally playing in the specific series. She would be next to each other with me. Energized? I haven't seen Porsha. We generally